Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Playground AI, and we're going to talk about using images that we have of family members, friends. But today we're not going to focus on Creative Fabrica Spark. We're going to just focus on just our own images that we've taken pictures of someone and bring them into Playground AI. So if you're new to Playground AI, the first thing you want to do is check out some of my tutorials on my channel to show you how to use Playground AI, because this tutorial is going to be focused on just the basics of uploading an image and changing the filters and the look of that particular image. Okay, but I do have video tutorials on my channel to teach you everything about Playground AI. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're in Playground AI, and to access Playground AI, you just type in playgroundai.com. I have the paid version of Playground AI, so I may have some options that you may not have as a free user, but there is a free version of Playground AI. It will take longer for your images to generate, and you are limited to the amount of images or the number of images you can create on a daily basis. Okay. And then you'll be limited as far as some of the things that you can or cannot do inside Playground AI, just to let you know if you're using the free version. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do when I come in is I'm going to come down to the bottom left, image to image, and I'm going to select the image by clicking on this plus sign. And I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to select a photo that I just uploaded of myself. And you see the picture is here. Now, you don't have to have a full prompt. You can just type in a few keywords: African American with long wavy hair. Okay, and we're going to leave it at that. We're not going to apply any filters right now, but we're going to come down here where it says image strength. Okay, and I'm going to bump this up to about 70. Okay, what this is doing is I'm telling Playground AI software that I want to generate a like for like. So I want the image to come in exactly as shown here. Okay, so I'm moving my image strength up to a 70. Over on the right hand side, I'm going to leave the dimensions. I'm using the model Stable Diffusion 1.5. If you click that drop down arrow, you do have additional options, but 2.1 and DALL-E will not allow you to bring in an image. So we're going to stick with Stable Diffusion. I'm going to leave the image dimensions as displayed. And the more like for like that you want to get, you want to increase your prompt guidance and your quality and details. Now, normally you want to keep this at 50 or below. I'm going to put it on 40. And you want to normally keep this under 20. So I'm just going to bump it up to 20. And then I have my randomize each number to get a new variation. And then you can tell it how many images you want it to display, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to leave it on 1 for right now because I'm doing a like for like. And then the main thing is keeping your session private. Okay. Otherwise, everyone will have access to your images. So you always want to make sure, if you don't want your images displayed to the entire community, that you make sure that here in the bottom right, your private session is activated by just clicking this radio button over to the right. So we're going to go ahead and generate and see what we get. Okay. And you can see that it's very similar to this image here. Now there's a couple of little things that are different in the nail color. The hair is a little bit more wavy right here. So in a situation like that, just bump up your image strength a little bit more. I have it on an 81. We're going to try that. And you can see it's starting to get very similar to the image over to the left. Okay. So that's pretty good right there for me. I'm going to leave it there. Now, I don't really know why you would want to bring in an image from your computer over to Playground AI and leave it as is. I would highly recommend that you use it to do filters so you can do a likeness of, okay? And so in that situation, this is where you would start playing around with your filters. So right now we have no filter, but what I'm going to do is the first thing is I'm going to upscale this image by clicking on the double arrow up here. I'm going to upscale it. And then close. And then I'm going to do a face restoration just to make sure it's clean and crisp. Once I do that, I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to come here to like these two pieces of paper, like notepads, double notepads. And I'm going to click that. And what I'm doing is telling it, I want you to use this image instead of this image. Okay. So now we're using the image that we kind of made a little bit different. There are still some minor differences, but you can tell that it's supposed to be this person or that person that we brought in initially, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring this down, and I'm going to bring it down to about 35. I always get really close and then I go past it. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down to about a 35. And then I'm going to play around with the filters. So right now we have no filter. So we're going to click on this drop down arrow. And this is where you can start to get variations of the original image. Okay. So if we want it to be similar, kind of cartoonish, you can play around with like this play tune or this poly mode. And also this color pop. Now, color pop can sometimes be very similar to the original image. So we're going to see what play tune will generate. And again, you're bringing the image strength down, okay? Image strength down so we can get similar but not the same. So we're going to click on generate. Okay. And you can see that it kept a lot of the colors, but it gave it more of a cartoonish look. And without knowing, you would not know that that was the initial person. Now, if you want to get it a little bit more like for like, then you increase the image strength. So we're going to bring it up to about a 50 and generate again and see what we get. Okay, similar, very similar. I don't know what that button is in the middle of my head, but we don't want that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is remove from image. I'm going to turn that on by clicking on this radio button, moving it to the right, and I'm going to say button on forehead. Okay, and then we're going to generate again and see what we get. Okay, so again, cartoonish, not filling at the teeth, but you can kind of get a feel for what the play tune will do. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go down because I kind of like this one, and I'm going to upscale it first. And I'm going to do the face restoration. And then I'm going to change this image to this image. Okay. And I have button on forehead for it to remove the button on the forehead. So we're going to see what happens. Okay, much better. Okay, still got my teeth looking a little wonky, but this is again, guys, not supposed to be exactly like the original image, but in the likeness of. So this is for examples of people that say, I want you to do an image of me, but I don't want it to really look like me. Okay. I want it to be kind of cartoonish, kind of like a playish, fun type feel. This is when you would use your play tune, and notice that it removed that button off the forehead. It kind of changed the image up a little bit. It changed my teeth, my hands, and all that good stuff, but it's still a pretty good rendering. Okay, so now I'm going to upscale again, and then I'm going to do the face restoration. Okay, and then I'm going to move that image over. So now you can play around with other filters. So we use the play tune. Let's see what the poly mode look like. We're going to generate that. Okay. That's what your poly mode would look like. Okay. And again, you can play around with the image strength, make it lower or higher, depending on is that the look you were going for, or you want it a little bit less like the original image, so on and so forth. Okay. So let's go again. And this time we're going to do the retro anime and generate. Okay. That one's pretty good. That one is really pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to clean this one up by doing the upscale and the face restoration. Okay. We're going to download that. And I am going to open up a slide here so you can take a look. So we're going to bring in the original image, which was here. And then we're going to bring in the anime. Now I know I clicked on download. I might have to go and do it again. I think it's that one. There we go. All right, so there you can see the side by side and the initial image and then our retro anime. Okay, so you can use, guys, Playground AI to bring in your family portraits, pictures of your friends. You can bring it in and play with it and Playground AI with the filters to get a different look. Okay. Again, like I said, I'm not sure why you would want to bring in the image and keep it in its likeness, because then, I mean, you could just print the original image out without having to bring it into Playground AI. But if you want to bring it in and add some filters to it to get kind of a different look but similar, then I would highly suggest that you bring that image in. Just type in a couple of keywords that resembles that image. And you saw I put in African American with long wavy hair, and that's all I typed in. And and then if there's anything that pops up that in that image that you don't want in the image, then you just make sure you use this remove from image. You just pop that radio button over to the right and then you type in whatever it is. Okay. So when we had that button on the forehead here, I really like that image, but I didn't like the button on the forehead. So I upscaled it. I did a face restoration and then I moved that image over to here and then I regenerated it, okay, again. So you can continue to play with the filters, guys. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I did want to show you guys that you don't always have to be using images from Creative Fabrica Spark or, some other AI software. It can be your own family photos that you're playing around with, okay? So, oh Lord Jesus. This one is Play-Doh. All right. But again, if you want to get it more closely to the resemblance of this image, then you just bring that image strength up. So we're going to generate it again and see if we can fix those teeth in the Play-Doh style. Okay. A little bit better. But again, this is Play-Doh, guys. So it's supposed to be like clay, or Play Doh making up an image of a person. So it's not going to be perfect. So you can tell that this is clay that's making that image. Okay. I probably would come on here and say crooked teeth. Now this may not work, but we'll see what happens. And let's generate it again under Play Doh. That one scared me. But it's doing, the software is working exactly like it's supposed to, guys. That's the filter we were working with, was Play-Doh. Okay. So it tried to clean up teeth a little bit. They're still a little wonky. The nails are going crazy. But again, this is supposed to be clay or Play-Doh actually making up the image of a person. Okay. That's the way you want to think about it. And let's try one more out here before we end. Let's do this neon mecha and generate. Well, like I said, bring your original images in. That one is good. That one is really good. And this is the neon mecha. This one is really good. Okay, so I'm going to do a face restoration. And I have the image strength on 73. It looks like, yeah, 73 for my image strength. And we're going to download that. And so that's Neon Mecha. And that one came out really good. We're going to do a like for like. So I'm taking this image and making it the original now. And let's try one more for the road. Let's try, I want something kind of different. Let's try Radiant Symmetry and see what we get. And I still have it on 73. Okay, that's your Radiant Symmetry. Okay, so again, guys, these are not, you don't want to bring your image in and make it look just like the original or make it completely like the original. Use those filters, change your image strength, play around with your image strength to get comfortable with, the likeness of, and you want to decrease the number when you don't want it completely like the original image. You want to increase the image strength when you want it very similar to the original. So let's go back again and let's take a look. So this is the original. This was the retro anime. And we're going to bring the other two in. And this was one. Okay. And then you can decide, which one do you want to actually use. but they're not, again, don't just bring an image in just to bring an image in. Uh, so those are almost the same, but her mouth is a little bit wider open on that one. All right, so I'm gonna move that over a little bit so you can get more of the animated looks. But there you go. So I think out of all of them, I think this one came out much more similar to the original. And then this one, and then of course that one. But again, it all depends on what is the look you're going for, what is the feel you're going for. Again, don't just bring original images in and leave them as the original image. Um, like I said, kind of play around with those filters and change that look up, especially when someone says, well, I don't want you to really use my picture. Can you draw something that looks like me? This would be a perfect example of when you would use Playground AI to get an image in their likeness and add a filter to it, your retro anime, your Play-Doh, your I can't call them all out by name. I'm getting better, but I'm not that good, guys. What was this one? This was the Radiant Symmetry. Radiant Symmetry got us the closest, I think. Okay, I think that one got us the closest. And if you forget what filter you were using, a lot of times it will have the filter, like this one gave a neon ambiance, and this one actually says well, this one really doesn't give you. But if you forget, guys, you can always go to your profile and right click on profile and select open link and new filter. It's going to open up a second tab for you. And you can always click on the image, and there's your filter style if you forget. Okay, so that one was Radiant Symmetry. And this one was Neon Mecha, and so on and so forth. But that's how you can go back to get the actual filter if you find one that you really like and you can't remember which one it was. And then if you have some that you really know you're not going to use, like I'm definitely not going to use this, you just click on the little trash can and delete it out. Gotta go. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to come out and show you guys how you could use Playground AI for your images and get them in your likeness, but use the filters to make them similar um, and give them a different feel, but not the same. Okay. And again, um, if you want to see how to use Playground AI explained in detail, then I do have, I'm going to show you right quick here. I'm going to bring up my YouTube channel. All right, so I think it is this one right here that says upscale images from Creative Fabrica in Playground AI. So that's the video that you can go and take a look at, and it's going to tell you how to use Playground AI. And I have a couple of them out here: how to recreate images from Creative Fabrica, Spark, and then how to upscale the original image from CF Spark. So there's a couple of them out here on my channel that will help you become really good at using Playground AI. Okay? All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you're currently in my Facebook group, Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for following me on Facebook. If you would like to join my group, again, the name is Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, which is here. And I will have a link in the description for you if you would like to send a Facebook group request to join my group. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you like my method of teaching and you would like to join us via my YouTube channel, then please like, share, and subscribe as well. All right. All right, guys. You know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.